place and takes on the renovation, she'll need to take that into account. The hope is to transform the place into a gothic boutique hotel for visitors looking for something different, but going by the way James's wide eyes flick over the ground floor, the tenseness of his body language, she knows her team will take some convincing. So, nobody's lived here for years? Jan shakes her head. The owner alternates between staying in a cottage on the island and living abroad. Rarely comes to the house. They continue to look around the ground floor. A huge room looks out through grubby, cracked windows onto a garden overrun by weeds. The view of the sea is stunning. There's a downstairs bathroom that could be renovated to accommodate guests, a dining area, and a run-down kitchen. Jan turns. We should look upstairs. You sure? Don't be a wimp, James. There's nobody here. She heads towards the stairs, takes them 2 at a time, hears James's reluctant footfalls behind her. There are 6 rooms on the first floor, set off a narrow corridor, the door to each standing ajar. Jan pokes her head round each one in turn. There's a fair amount of work, but the layout is perfect, she says. She heads up a further set of stairs, taking in 2 more bedrooms. James, she calls. Yep, coming. There's hesitation in his voice as he climbs the stairs and follows her along another landing. The attic room, he says, looking up a staircase towards a closed door, 2 brass dogs standing either side, guarding. Jan shines her torch up at a peeling red door. If we take the house on, we're to leave it locked. The owner doesn't want it touched. Bit odd, don't you think? Jan looks about her, flashing her torch into the shadowy corners and back up at the door. She places her foot on the first step. What are you doing? James says. She takes another step. The stair splinters and cracks under her weight. She stumbles, grabs the banister for balance. Are you okay? She ignores him, continues. Reaches for the handle as a thud comes from inside the room. A sound of laughter. Someone's in there, she blurts in a half whisper. She turns, hurries back down the stairs, heart racing. We should go. She swings back, looks up at the door once more. Did you hear that? James's eyes are wide, full of fear. I didn't hear anything. They race down the hallway, away from the attic room. I'm sure it's just the old building stirring, she says. But she knows what she heard. They are not alone in Flynn House, and the sooner they leave, the better. They won't be back. Chapter 2. January 2019. Alice. A woman in her late 30s steps into the shop. A slightly older man, putting Alice in mind of a spectacled Gary Barlow, follows. Miss Hadley, the woman says. Miss Alice Hadley? Alice nods from where she's sitting behind the antique counter in the corner. She can tell they're police. No uniform, but a calm confidence. Shadows beneath their eyes that tell of overwork and lack of sleep. She takes a deep breath, steeling herself for bad news, a heavy feeling, as though a bag of rocks is pressing against her chest, consuming her. Your neighbour said we might find you here. The woman glances about her, studying the shelves full of sculptures. Alice's father bought her Alice's Sculptures in Wonderland 3 years ago, with the royalties from his debut novel, Where Doves Fly. A Victorian building on a cobbled path 100 yards from the sea, nestled between a bookstore and a jewellery shop selling pieces made from the gemstone Whitby jet. I'm Detective Sergeant Barnum, the woman goes on, showing Alice her badge, eyes now on her. A weak smile appears on her lips, then vanishes. This is Detective Constable Marsh. A prickle of fear touches Alice's neck. Her knees bounce, hitting the desk,